Hi everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the full moon tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. Now, if you're not aware, we do have a full moon on the 14th of September. And usually around this time there will be some information or circumstance or feelings that are brought to the surface. So what was once hidden becomes revealed, okay? There's always some revelation around this time usually. So I like to do these reads because it gives you time to prepare and reflect if the circumstances apply to you, so that when this situation occurs, if it occurs in that way, you're better equipped to deal with the type of thing that may come up, right? So it's just to give you a little heads up more than anything, because especially as they tend to be very emotionally charged situations, right? Okay, and it can involve multiple aspects of your life or just a single area that's more affected than others, but it's just good to be aware and, in advance. So just to let you know, I'll be using a custom spread of my own, and I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot, clarified by the Intuitive as usual. I was about to say let's get stuck in, but it looks like it's already been chosen for me. So I was going to say, in your present situation, you have the Star in reverse. So what is it that you're not sharing with the universe right now? What is it that you're trying to keep contained within yourself, Capricorn? There's something you're not sharing, some hidden wish I feel that you have. There's something that you're not putting out there to be manifested. There's something you're keeping deep inside. What is that, and why is that? Why aren't you sharing it? What is this secret wish that you have? Why is it so forbidden? That's the other question. What is it you got lurking there, Capricorn? There's some hidden desire here. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see if we can find out for you. Okay, so you got the Seven of Swords and the Three of Wands. So I feel like whatever it is, you are trying to manifest some aspects around it, not necessarily the thing itself. You're hoping that by manifesting certain things around it, certain circumstances, people, energies, that this thing that is so forbidden will just come through, right? Will just become part of your reality. And so I feel like you're being very secretive here. You're not sharing with everyone else or anyone else or even the universe what it is. You're being very quiet. You're keeping it on the down low. And you're trying to manifest things around it, right? So that's very sort of it's like the energy of the magician in a way, right? But you're doing it in a very sneaky way, okay? So you're trying to manifest things around it rather than the thing itself, though, which is interesting. That's a very different way to approach it, Capricorn. Okay. So, I mean, that's real devil card energy as well. It's go with this, like the magician and the devil, so I wouldn't be surprised if they came up. Which is obviously kind of linked to you anyway, Capricorn, as you know. So, okay. What about in regards to your feelings that surround this? How do you feel about this? Why do you want it so badly, whatever this is? And why are you going to such lengths to make it happen? Okay, it means everything to you, okay? This is, this will give you everything that you're looking for, you feel. This will take you far in life. This will give you that fulfillment. This will give you the platform you need to make something, that thing happen. You're trying to manifest things around it so that you get this end result, I feel. I feel like these things are a means to an end, right? So you're taking a long-winded approach so you can have as much control over the variables as possible. Interesting. Interesting read. Okay, I was not expecting this. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine. That's not for you, because this is really specific in that way. Okay. What else have you got lurking there, Capricorn? You've got me intrigued now, because this is very unusual. Okay. What was that trying to come out? I told you, didn't I? Magician, right? But you got it in reverse. Because like I say, you're using a very different approach. It's still, I feel like you are practicing magic. Some of you are practicing magic in some form, okay? Or if you're not, you're at least, you know, you're using the laws of attraction in a very set way, in a very unorthodox way, okay? And I feel like if you are using magic, you're also using it in an unorthodox way. It could be that you're invoking chaos magic, okay? I wouldn't be surprised, because it has that vibe to it, especially as you're trying to manipulate variables around it. So it could be that you're getting involved in chaos magic, but you don't have all the information, or you don't have the complete know-how of how to make this happen. So you're trying to just affect certain aspects around it, certain variables. Or maybe that you're coming into contact with someone who does have the know-how that can help you to manifest this outcome. Interesting. But I feel like there may be something you're overlooking, so that's important to know. There may be a variable that you hadn't considered that will come in as like a wild card. Again, chaos magic is like that, right? You can't account for everything. So what is there then in the place of what you are projecting right now? Because obviously you're doing this very secretly behind the scenes, but what is it that you're doing? You know, what is it that you're putting out there in the universe then? What is it that you're sharing with the rest of the world? What is it that you're projecting into your reality? That's way too many cards. Give me a second. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so you've got the Death card, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is such a weird reading. I know this is not going to resonate with everyone. This is for a very, very small number. But obviously you guys needed this or wanted this. Maybe you were invoking this reading even. Okay, so you have the Death card, right? So you know that you're undergoing a metamorphosis. You know that your circumstances are changing. There's a significant change. Maybe you're coming into some awareness. You know, you're a beginner magician, right? You're in your infancy. You're just beginning this journey of stepping into the role of the magician. And that's why you're seeking counsel or looking for information that can help you to manifest the things that you want in your life, okay? You got the Six of Wands in reverse. I feel like you felt like you wasn't able to obtain certain things in your life. You know, the things you really wanted, your wishes, were never coming to you. You feel like all these good things were happening around you to everyone else, but never to you. And that's why you've taken this unorthodox approach to try and obtain that, because you don't see any other way working for you currently. With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you've been very patient. You've been trying many different things, but as I said, it wasn't really bringing the results that you were looking for. So you're trying something outside of the box. And rather than waiting for something to come to you, you're going after it, okay? Because you're sick of waiting, you're sick of being left out. Okay. So what about in the position of, so what about in regards to then your internal influences? Because again, like, you know, you've been feeling left out, you feel like things aren't really coming together, so you're finding new ways to do it, and you've had some kind of awakening on some level. You are undergoing some metamorphosis, so you're dabbling right now in different things. And when I was pulling for your the card in the place of your internal influence, okay, so the things that's driving you towards this, right? You got the Devil in reverse. Didn't I tell you? I said you'll either get the Magician or the Devil or both. And look, you got them both in reverse, right? Because this is exactly this energy, this reading, okay? So you need to be careful, because like I said, there's a variable you're not seeing. There's something else that you haven't accounted for. You think you've accounted for everything, right? But you haven't. There's a wild card, man. I'm telling you, there's some wild card situation, circumstance, variable or person that you're not accounting for. And it's giving you a full sense of how things are. Because you haven't got all the pieces yet. That's what I feel like. So you have to be very careful before you get too heavy into the magics of this situation, because there's something you're not seeing yet. Yeah. Because you've got the moon card as well, right? Which is all about this. So I'm not surprised this is in your read, especially for the full moon reveal, okay? Secrets or something that's not come to light, okay? Something hidden. A variable that is not yet seen, okay? And you've got the Emperor. So there may be someone else at work here. There may be someone that's actively trying to prevent that from happening, whatever this circumstance is. And when you find that out, that may lead you to acting impulsively. And initially it will anger you, but then you may do something quite dramatic. So you have to be very careful. It may not be a person that's doing this. It may be that your overconfidence is going to lead to some undesirable results simply because you're not experienced enough. You don't have all the knowledge. So there may be something important in relation to your practice, whatever you're doing, that you haven't thought of yet or you overlooked. And that's not gonna, and because you've overlooked that variable, you don't get the results that you thought you would, because you're missing something. You miss something out of your ritual or your spell or your practice or your mantra or whatever it is, your sigil. Whatever it is that you did, you missed something out, and then that doesn't give you the results you want because you got too overconfident in your new abilities or your new awareness with these abilities, okay? So it doesn't have to be a person, it can be just that, you know, you got too cocky and you forgot something, okay? So what about in regards to, what is it that's going to be revealed then? Because we even got the moon card there. So you're going to realize you've missed something or something's missing or you haven't accounted for something or someone. Okay. So you've got the Fool in reverse and the Daughter of Cups in reverse. So this is the Fool and the Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is you in your infancy, right, with this practice. And you're not realizing that you're very new to this. You don't know, you don't understand how it all works, right? But then when the full moon comes, so it can be over the next few days, or it could be in particular between the 13th and the 15th, because that's when the transition is taking place. So the energies are its strongest. But it can happen any time over the next week or so. But you may, because you're so new to this whole concept, this whole practice, this ideology, this system, right? You don't know everything about it, so you may make some mistake that will make you produce results that are actually quite bad for you, that are going to make you unhappy, right? That's going to give you more of the same rather than a change in circumstance, yeah? So I feel like that's where you're going to realize that you missed something and actually you don't have all the information, you don't have the full awareness or the knowledge to make this happen yet. You have to go back and take on a student mentality of that. Otherwise you're going to be left feeling quite sad and defeated because it didn't work, right? So you have to go back and do the research first. Okay, but then you have the Two of Cups in reverse pop out as well, so it could be that this Daughter of Cups is someone you're romantically inclined to, and you're trying to use magic on them to be in your life, to bring them into your life in some meaningful way. But because of some aspect you're not seeing, the Emperor could be potentially they have a partner, a solid relationship that you're not aware of. That's why you didn't produce the results you wanted, because they're already with someone, they're already locked into a different karmic cycle, and you didn't account for that. So take it as it applies. I mean, it's going to be different for different people. Again, this is for a very few very small group, I think, this read, but this is what came up, so just gotta run with it, right? So just be aware of that. You do not have all the facts, okay? If this is a person, they may be in a relationship and very happy and stable, and you cannot break that because you don't have the skill set and it's not meant to be broken, okay? If it is not that, if it's not a relationship, it's just that, you know, you're trying to draw in some energy, or you're trying to impress someone with your newfound, you know, practice, but you don't have the experience yet. You have to take on a humble student mentality, not trying to show off as the master, because it's going to backfire. You're going to do something and it goes wrong, okay? So just be mindful of that, okay? Yeah, you got the Four of Swords in reverse, so yeah, be careful, because otherwise you're going to end up wounded from this in some way. It's going to have a negative consequence, right? Because you're just dabbling in something you don't fully understand, okay? That's what you need to be aware of. Okay, and then let's have a look then in regards to the choice. So what's the choice? Okay, you've got the Lovers in reverse, so you're choosing, is it really worth putting this great risk to yourself in order to impress this person or obtain this person? If you're not trying to get the person, then you're certainly trying to impress someone with it. So is it worth taking this risk to try and impress or get this person, because you know that there's consequences and you don't have a full grasp on what that can be, right? You don't have all the variables, you don't have all the information on what it is that you're trying to invoke, right? You don't know how it could backfire. It could have some very big implications, right? So is it worth the risk? So you have to choose whether it's worth taking that risk, or if you're going to take your time to do the research so that you can start building your skills up from the ground up, okay? Build that sturdy foundation, because you don't have that currently, and that's what is needed. So that's the decision you're going to have to make, whether you go ahead and risk it anyway, or you take the time to find out how to best do that, okay? I mean, at the end of the day, there's no rush, right? Even if it involves someone, you've got to take the time to do the work properly. But if they are in a relationship, then you really want to find that out first before you try and mess that up, okay? Alright. And that's the thing, I'm not condoning the use of magic on people and like love spells, things like that. That's not something I do personally, but I'm not going to say anything. I can't influence what it is that you do or don't do, okay? So I'm not saying anything on that level. And all I can do is just tell you the information of what's coming out here, okay? Alright, so finally, what is the outcome, the overall outcome? Nine of Swords in reverse, okay. So it could backfire. I don't think it's going to backfire spectacularly, but it won't give you the results you want. And it may invoke something that you don't want. Yeah, I've got the Tower in reverse, so it's not, if you do go ahead, it's not going to give you the results you want, and you're going to have to go back to the drawing board, because it's just not right, okay? And you're not going to obtain this person. You'll be hoping that this works with the Page of Swords, and that you'll be communicating with them to see if there's this effect, but you're not going to get that reciprocated. You're not going to get the response that you thought you would with the Daughter of Pentacles in reverse. That's not going to come through. But if you take the time and do your research, then you can find fulfillment within this. You can get to the goal that you're looking for. You know, being able to be wise and learned and, you know, knowledgeable on the subject, so that you can use it in a way that's going to be beneficial to you, that can produce positive results in your life rather than negative ones, okay? But that's only if you take the time to do your research and to take on that student mentality, not try and be the master of it from day one, okay? So any more parting advice? I feel like that's pretty specific, but maybe we can clarify something just as a parting word of advice for you. Justice, yeah. So the decision you make is going to have very real consequences, right? Even if you're purely just working on the metaphysical, that's going to have real world implications. So it's important that you're aware of that. So do your research, find out everything you need to know, and as well as potential risks involved, okay? And weigh it up, be informed before you make that decision, because it's going to have, like I said, very real consequences, whatever you do with this, okay? Yeah, you've got the Magician and the Two of Swords, so you have to make a decision on how you go about your new practice, okay? So, Capricorn, that was interesting. I really want to do a follow-up on this very soon because I'm curious. This is like a read I've never done before, okay? So I am very curious at how this goes for you. I hope this was useful for those of you who did apply. I know it's only a very few, like a small minority of you, but I hope that helps guide you so that you do tread carefully in this new path. And yeah, if you need any help, by all means message me. You're welcome to do so. My contact information is on my channel. If you like this, do hit like, comment, let me know what your thoughts are, and do subscribe if you haven't already. So thanks for watching, Capricorn. I'll speak to you soon.